successful as, and I feel like everyone could be successful in life, no matter what the challenges are. So I always like to say challenges because I faced a lot of challenges when I was in school. I was always told I'll never graduate, I'll never make it in life. Now I'm on a big stage at the Brooklyn Nets Arena being celebrated as a nonprofit of the night. I'm hanging out with celebrities. I'm doing a lot of cool things, giving back to the kids. So obviously, those statistics that they said, I didn't fit those criteria, right? So I always say, like, no matter what you're going through in life, always remember that you are important and you got all you guys have a purpose in life. You just have to figure out what your purpose is in life and what your gifts are. And always, this is one of my models. I always say, if you know how to practice love language, you will get far in life, right? It's all about loving people, no matter what your race are, what your religion is, what background you come from. If we treat people equally, because we all are humans, right? If you believe in humanity, then you'll get far in life. If you believe in love, right? You treat people fair without being mean, right? You treat people how you want to be treated, you'll get far in life. But if you don't do that, and you don't follow rules, because there's rules to everything. There's rules in the school, there's rules in your homes, there's rules when you get a job. And when you don't follow the rules, what do you think happens when you don't follow rules in life? Who can tell me? Bad things. What are the two bad things that can happen to you if you don't follow any rules? If you just feel like I'm gonna do whatever I want, huh? Prison. That's one place nobody in this room want to go. Am I correct? Yeah. If somebody does want to go in that room to that place, then I'm sorry for you. That's some place I don't want to go. Now, what's the other place you might go if you don't go to prison? What else happens to you? Huh? Say it again. Say it. Absolutely. Those are the two places you go when you don't follow rules in life. That one thing is a guarantee. I sat in these seats. I went to school with guys and girls who I knew who never followed the rules. A lot of them are in prison. I talked to once in a blue moon. They write me letters. I try not to respond back because I don't entertain that. You know what I mean? Unless I know you're innocent. I always told a lot of my friends, if you go to jail, you do a crime, I'm not writing you. I don't have time for it. A lot of them write me and say, hey, I wish I would have listened to you. A lot of my friends passed away, right? Making the wrong decisions. How many of us made the wrong decisions before and just be like, damn, why did I do that? So back to making wrong decisions, it takes a second to make the wrong decision and your life could be over, right? It could be a simple fight that you can avoid. Let's say me and this gentleman right here, we disagree on something stupid, because there's always something stupid people fight. Me and you fight because, you said something to my girlfriend. We disagree. We get into a fist fight here in school. I punch you. You hit your head on the wall. You bust your head open. Everybody think it's funny, right? They recorded you. God forbid, you in a coma, you die. What happens? I'm 16, 17, 15, whatever your age is, your life is gone, right? That split second. Negative energy, I say, man, I'm not trying to fight, man. Let's resolve it in a different situation. But a lot of us don't want to do that because what? We are afraid of people thinking we're suckers and we got to do something to the next person. When you get in trouble, your friend doesn't care that you're in prison, right? You go to jail, you're now in prison like my other friends, like, damn, I should have never did that. I could have resolved it differently. Right? You could have resolved it by talking to one of your teachers, principals, security guards, or even your parents. Like, I'm not trying to fight, or even talking it out. There's times where I've been in situations where I talked it out with somebody, and I was the bigger person. And you know what? It's always good to talk things out and figure out what's the best solutions are and not indulging in violence or negative situations. How many of us have negative friends that you feel like you need to get rid of? Oh, this is a good room. Yesterday, everybody put their hands up. You guys, so everybody got. I got a couple of negative friends that I'm getting rid of. I don't hang with them, but getting rid of them meaning that stop answering the phone calls, because every time I answer the calls, there's always something. They always need something. There's always issues. So that's negative, right? I'm a positive person. I'm a loving person. I love giving back. I love helping people. I try not to entertain negativity. She got it up and running. Perfect. I was about to go on and on. I was waiting. But obviously, introduction, I'm Wilner Joseph. A lot of children in the community knows me as Pop. I'm a former basketball player. I played at Westhill High School. I was one of the best players in Connecticut. I graduated Westhill, played at Naugatuck Community College, left Naugatuck Community College, went over to FIT. I went to FIT. I went for basketball, but I went because there was a lot of beautiful women that went there. It was a fashion school. Nikki Paris Hilton, sister went there. I was like, I definitely got to go here. I was down the street from Madison Square Garden. Barely paid attention in school. I'm being honest. Listen, one thing about me today, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm not one of those guys that come with a suit and tie and tell you life is perfect. Hell no. I'll be lying to you. I'm not doing my job. So I left FIT early. I was like, listen, I'm trying to pursue my professional basketball career. I had a couple of NBA tryouts. That didn't work out. I played a little bit of pro ball in Canada. I was like, heck it. I had a daughter at the time. I was like, I need to come back and figure this out. I can't keep, wasting my time trying to chase the NBA dream, which, wasn't possible at the time, you know what I mean? Because it was just not in my cards, right? Doesn't mean I was a failure. It just wasn't in my cards. So came back here, started my own business, and now today in 2023, 2007, how I got here today as far as being this motivational speaker, telling my story. My brother Max, as you see on the screen, that's me and my brother Max. That was our last picture together in 2017. His birthday is February 16th. We celebrated his birthday in the city. We were in H&M, walking through shopping, for his birthday for myself, trying to get an outfit to go out for the night, get dripped up. And a photographer who was in the store was like, hey, guys, you guys are handsome. Can I take a picture of you guys? I'm like, what? And me and him looking at each other like, let's do it. So we going back and forth. We used to argue a lot, talking about who got the best smiles. So as you can see, I have on my merch, $1 Million Smile, in honor of him. I started this clothing brand. When my brother passed away in 2017, yesterday was his anniversary. Yesterday was Max Day in Stanford. He died April 20th. It's not National Weed Day, it's National Max Day, by the way. Just to let y'all guys know, right? My nonprofit, Hoops for All, which I started in 2012, it was geared around doing basketball programs for autistic children. That's why this event tomorrow is really, really dear to my heart. But my brother passed away during Autism Awareness Month. He was a part of our Autism Awareness event. So I kind of tied the two together, right? Celebrating his life and also celebrating, the awareness of autism. So when my brother passed away, we're talking about mental health today. Mental health and gun violence, right? I went through a mental health struggle. My brother died. I got the phone call, the night of 2017, April 20th. My world just rocked. And I want y'all to really imagine. Anybody got brothers, sisters, and in here, parents I love? Imagine losing somebody you really love to gun violence, right? It's a dark pain. There's no guidebook to how to grieve, right? We can agree, right? There's no guidebook. There's no you come to school, there's when you go to your job, there's a guidebook of how to, there's no guidebook to that. People tell us, this is how you should grieve, or you should not be grieving, or you should do it. No. Who the heck is somebody to tell you how to grieve, right? We all deal with it differently. I deal with it, I went through depression, right? There was times I almost committed suicide. I just didn't know how to deal with it. I was drinking heavily. Nobody knew. I was self-medicating myself with alcohol. Never did drugs in my life, by the way. But alcohol was my thing. That was my go-to thing. I was like, how to deal with it because I was angry. I was bitter. I was contemplating on other things, right? Revenge. I was trying to figure out who killed my brother. I need to seek revenge. I was like, heck with this. I need to find out where this guy lives. I need to kill him, right? But what is that going to get me? So moving forward, 2019, my brother, 2 years after my brother died, his only son, Kamani Antoine, maybe some of y'all are familiar with him. He graduated Stanford High School that year, passed away in a car accident, made the wrong decision, gets in the car with his friend who was drunk, doing 100 miles per hour down the street, car crash, not too far from my brother's gravesite. So now I'm dealing with two tragedies. 2017, my brother, 2019, my nephew. Now think about what I just said. I lost my brother in 2017, 2 years after grieving my brother. I'm still grieving, still hurting. My nephew dies. Now I'm like, I don't know what the hell to do. So I decided, I said, you know what? I need to figure this out because I'm really killing myself, right? My depression is really getting severe. I don't have really nobody to talk to because I'm like the leader of my community. I'm the leader of my family. So everybody think, oh, Pop is good. He's fine, but I'm not fine. I started seeing a therapist. I started to seek help in my faith, which is Jesus Christ. I believe in Jesus Christ, right? So when I started understanding my faith and realizing that I can't keep doing this to myself, I started the clothing brand. That started doing well. I started figuring out, you know what, I have a purpose. I gave up alcohol. I'm about to be, I think, 4 or 5 years sober, I believe. I lost count. But, and light started shining. People started dropping off, meaning that negative people. Because when you start elevating, people start disappearing. Because you're not that cool, right? You're only cool when you're negative, by the way, right? When you're not the normal person, when you're driving to success or you start speaking positive, people don't want to be around you. That's okay, right? If you don't want to be around me because I'm positive and I want to change, that's fine. You guys should never ever get discouraged because nobody want to be around you because you're cool and you're smart or you want to be successful. That's fine because those people are not meant to be on your journey. So when I figured that out, things started taking off. The clothing brand started taking off. James Harden, who y'all guys know, right? Played for the Sixers. He's rocking our brand. Carmelo Anthony, rapper Jadakiss, a couple other people, politicians, you know, people in other cities, LA, Atlanta, Baltimore, everywhere. People are rocking the brand because, you know what? I figured out a way to deliver a message to a clothing brand, right? This is our message. This is our slogan. No more silence and gun violence. Cool. I walk through the airports. Everywhere I walk, people want to know, what is that? As you know, gun violence is a huge, huge, huge situation going on in our society, right? And you guys wonder, why the heck nobody's not focusing on how can we prevent gun violence? Who can tell me, who can tell me in this room, what can we do to prevent gun violence? Or what leads up to gun violence? Can anybody tell me? Yes, sir. What's your name, by the way? What's your name?
Dinah.
Dinah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yes.
Mental health issues.
Give me a high five. See, I know. See, listen, one thing I said to myself, all school I've been to, I said, Westhill students better be on point when I come here. Because one thing I say, we have the coolest and smartest students in Stanford. But don't say I said that. Definitely, mental health is a huge problem. I always sit back and see people that commit crimes, and we always like, yo, they're monsters, they're animals. But do we always take the time out to say, well, what led them to that, right? We ignore mental health. We ignore mental health signs that lead people up to crimes, right? There has to be something that triggers you to want to commit a crime to hurt somebody. I want you to look around and look at the people next to you. Just look at the person next to you. What would make you want to hurt someone and take somebody's life? It's a domino effect. When you take somebody's life, you're hurting your family, you're hurting that other person's family, you're hurting the community is mourning, right? We mourn and by the loss of someone being taken from someone else. How selfish is that? For us to really want to kill somebody, right? This happens every single day in life. So we're going to move forward. So now we're going to move over to game time. Y'all probably wondering, what the heck is game time, right? We're going to play basketball? No. I want to ask you guys some cool trivia questions, and I want you guys, participation is key, right? I want everybody to talk, because I know everybody got voices, right? Does everybody got voices?
Yeah.
All right. If y'all got voices, I want to hear y'all voices. What school are we at today? What's my name?
You didn't.
All right, y'all got to go louder now. What school are we at today? What's today's date? What was yesterday? 420, but it was what? That's what I'm talking about. All right, so here's a trivia question. What is mass shooting? Who can answer that question? Yes, sir.
When someone or when lots of people are killed by gun violence.
Now, I'm telling you, yo, where y'all got this concept? I'm telling you, Westhill students are smart as heck. Let's get it up there. Who can read that for me? I need a participation. Who can read that? Who wants to read that for me? Go ahead.
An event in which one or more individuals are actively engaged in killing or attempting to kill three or more people in a
Smart. I got a gift for the both of you guys. Come up and get a gift. Well, what's that? Come on up. Come on. Clap it up for them. Come on up. What size you wear? Small or medium?
medium.
Medium. Here, that's a small. Small or medium?
Medium.
Medium. All right, here. So you got Max Day t-shirts. Perfect. So I need y'all to promote that, right? Rock it. I need y'all to rock that. Come up. All right, check out. Here's another question. How many mass shootings occurred in the United States in 2022? As long as if you get a close number, you don't have to guess the exact number, but it got to be close. I'll give you a guess. It's in the hundreds. Because a lot of people was like, 3 million. I'm like, yo, y'all crazy. If that was that many killers, we'd be in trouble. So, raise your hand. I'm gonna get maybe 3 people to answer the question. You already won a shirt, girl. Stand up. What's your name? Brandon. What do you think the number is?
116.
116. Stand up, though. Stand up. I want you to stand. Stand up. Say your name.
My name is David, and I think 365.
365. Stand up, young lady. What's your name? Huh? Melissa. 160. Stand up. What's your name? Alma. What's the number? 135. Not that close, but stand up though. Anybody else can guess?
227.
227. Stand up. What's your name?
Will.
Will. Anybody else? Y'all guys close. Stand up.
264.
264. Anybody else can tell me? Stand up.
285.
285. A little warm. Anybody else? Nah, you can't guess again. Anybody else? Yes. 800? 800, stand up. 377. I need one more person. Stand up.
450.
450. The answer is 647. So you know what? I'm a nice guy and I love Westhill. I'm gonna make sure every one of the last y'all get a t-shirt because I like y'all. Alright? So come on and get a t-shirt really quick. Come on. Clap it up. So you small, medium. Medium. Large. Make sure you don't see staff. Who's the medium? Who's the medium? Who's the medium? Anybody small? Medium. Medium. Large. Medium. Large. Large, right? Too large. Make sure Perfect. All right, let's move on to the next question. I love it. Next one. All right, now we're going to tackle here. Oh, this is y'all got to get this. What two major cities in the United States had the highest homicide rate in 2022? Two major cities, not state, cities. Stand up. What's your name? Huh?
Camila.
Camila. Two major cities. Stand up. What's your name? Tyler. Two major cities.
Detroit, Chicago.
Stand up. Detroit and Chicago. Oh yeah, Texas is state. City. Stand up. So you caught me. Remember yesterday I corrected you yesterday. Stand up. Yeah. You sure? You want to take a second? Come on, stand up.
Chicago and Memphis.
Chicago and Memphis? All right, stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Anybody else? You two stand up. I'm going to ask you first and ask you second. Stand up.
I'll say Jacksonville and Chicago. Chicago, New York.
Chicago, New York. All right, I'm going to do one more. One more person. I know. One more person. We get one more person.
Alex. Oh, got it.
Oh,
Right there.
Houston.
Memphis and Houston. All right, check this out. Philadelphia and Chicago.
Wow.
Last year, Philadelphia had the highest homicide rate in the United States. Who said Chicago? You said Chicago. You said Chicago. Who else? Whoever said Chicago, come on up. I got one out of two, which is fine. All right, let's move on. All right, let's move on. You guys are excellent. I love this crowd. All right, here's another one. I want people who didn't win it get a T-shirt and answer this question. What are 3 cities in Connecticut that have the highest gun violence rate? 3 cities in Connecticut. Stand up. If you didn't win a T-shirt, I want you to stand up and answer the question. Stand up. He said Bridgeport, Waterbury, and Hartford. Anybody else? Anyone else? Stand up. Both of y'all stand up. Ladies first. Stand up. And then All right. So that's it. All right. So here's the answer: Hartford, New Haven, Bridgeport. Come on up. Come on up. I know. By you guys wearing these shirts and you guys paying attention, you guys know these statistics, you can educate others, right? Go home and talk to your parents, talk to your friends and say, yo, what can we do to change? You guys can run for office. You guys can be motivational speakers. You guys are the voice. You guys are the next future. I'm sure you guys are tired of seeing mass shootings, right? Y'all tired of going to funerals. We are tired and sick and tired. We got to hold people accountable. We got to create change amongst each other, right? Things like this should be going viral, right? We make negative things go viral. This should be going viral, right? Because we need the world to know how important this message is. She said it. It's disgusting to see these results. It's nasty. How many more children do we have to bury? How many more brothers and sisters and mothers and dads, innocent people dying from reckless people using firearms? How many times do we have to keep going to funerals? I'm tired of it. I can't even keep count how many funerals I've been to. Every time I hear somebody dies, I am numb. I'm numb to it. It doesn't even affect me anymore. Yesterday was the first time in a long time I had a meltdown. Does anybody know what that means? Right? I couldn't stop crying. Because I was thinking about my brother. The anniversary hit me. After I spoke at Stanford High yesterday, I literally went into a shell in my office and I couldn't stop crying. What made me stop was a friend of mine must have felt my energy and called me. He's like, yo, I'm checking up on you, all right? And I started crying even more. I'm like, yo, it feels good when somebody checks up on you. Not calling you to turn up and do other things. Hey, I'm just checking up on you. We all should do that. Check up on your friends. Mental health is huge. Nobody in this room is excluded. One day, you might be in my shoes. Don't laugh at somebody if somebody's dealing with mental health. It's not funny. Don't laugh at somebody if they're being bullied. Because you might be on the other end of the stick. You don't want to face those challenges. It's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling. You see something wrong, you stick up and say something. It does not make you an op or a snitch. Get that out your brain. It does not make you an op or a snitch to do the right thing. It's not. Because you never know whose life you can save. Right? You have to do the right thing. There's nothing wrong with doing the right thing. I want to encourage everybody in this room today to be that positive figure. When you leave this room, start practicing to be nice, to encourage people to be nice and positive. Encourage your friends. Encourage your parents. Right? It's time to start now. We have no time to waste. We are losing people at a rapid pace every day. Somebody is dying at a rapid pace through suicide because of mental health, gun violence. It's happening every single day, and I'm tired. I don't even watch the news anymore. It's depressing. She said it. You guys don't get depressed? Y'all don't get sick and tired of seeing social media, people getting killed left and right? It's disgusting. We got to end racism. I'm sick of all this tired of black, white. No, we are all human. Doesn't matter what neighborhood you come from. We bleed the same goddamn color. Doesn't matter what your gender is. Doesn't matter. Treat people like you want to be treated. Treat people with respect. And I promise you, you'll go a long way. Me living at 43 years old, I've been through hell and back. The reason why I'm alive, because I gained a lot of respect for people. Because I treat people with respect and love. You won't get this far in life if you don't. We said it earlier. If you don't follow the rules and you don't treat people with respect, what happens to you? Prison and death. And that's two places that none of us want to go. None of us want to go there. So we're going to talk about some mental health. Name 5 signs if someone having a mental health crisis. 5 signs. Who can tell me? Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. I didn't want you to go, but you got a t-shirt already. Yeah.
They retrieve themselves.
The way they treat themselves?
They retrieve themselves.
Yeah, stand up though, because you guys say the right answers. I just want to make sure I give you a t-shirt. She got a t-shirt already. Oh. If you didn't get a t-shirt, I want you to answer the question. You said, all right, stand up. You said what? Who said it? You did. You got a t-shirt right. Who didn't get a t-shirt yet? You did? Isolation, stand up. Who else? Isolation. Go ahead. Huh? Depression, stand up. Say it again. Say it again. Self-harming. Yeah. So here it is. We're going to pull it up. Changes in personality. Changes in emotion. Isolation. Sudden absence of self-care. Sense of hopelessness or feeling overwhelmed. These are signs that you guys should be looking out for your friends, family members. You never know what people are dealing with. People hide it very, very, very well. If you see these signs and y'all know these things, please, I'm begging you guys, say something, speak up. I just told you, I was crying really bad yesterday, and my friend happened to call me, and it made me feel better. When somebody give you a hug or tell you that they appreciate you, they love you, don't that make you feel better? When they give you a gift, right? I gave you a gift. You know what you feel better? Then you smile and see that? It makes you feel good. When somebody do something nice for you, the feeling you get is different, right? It's a light. Let's start practicing that. Start respecting your teachers. That's another thing. They work hard as hell. I know they get on your nerves, but they do it because they care. I know. I used to be in this school. I used to disrespect my teachers. I'm telling you, again, I'm very real, right? But you know what I understood and I started practicing? I'm like, damn, if my mom was working in school, if I want somebody to treat my mom that way, think about that. Imagine, she's a teacher, right? You're a teacher, a gym teacher, what do you do? Science, math. Now we gotta say, I'm gonna say gym because she got this cool. Only gym teachers do this though. They rock their hoodies out cool like that. But, so just think about it. Imagine, she's a history teacher. Your mom works here. Imagine somebody tell her to F off. Kiss my ASS. I ain't listening to you. Now, y'all be pissed off, right? So you think that it's cool to disrespect this young lady? Exactly, right? Exactly. Y'all don't like that. So why the heck is it cool if y'all to disrespect teachers? Voila. Let's move on to the next one. Oh yeah, y'all can get shows. Come on up. I'm sorry. See, this is why I have her. She does a great job by reminding me. Sometimes I get so passionate and I forget, which is okay. What's out? All right, we're going to move on to the next one. How many youth experiences a major depressive episode? Is it A, B, and C? Answer. A, 1 out of 6. B, 1 out of 10. C, 1 out of 3. I need 3 people to answer this. Give me 3 people that have a t-shirt. Yeah, stand up. You say A? Stand up. Anyone else? Stand up.
C.
C, stand up.
C.
C, anyone else? One more. Stand up. C, stand up. B, stand up. C, stand up. Anybody else? Stand up. C, stand up. One more person.
C.
All right. B, the answer is A, 1 out of 6. Come on up, buddy. Come up, folks. Come up. All right, next one. All right, who can tell me the number to call if you see someone having an emotional crisis? Who knows the number? And this is important. All these, in Connecticut, what is the number to call if somebody's having an emotional crisis? This is something that everybody should know. If you don't know, you're going to learn today. This is why these facts are important. Who knows the number to call? If somebody's having an emotional crisis, ready to commit suicide or whatever, you know the right number to call. Say it. If you said it, stand up.
Yeah.
211. All right. Here you go. One more. All right, check this out. Now, this where it gets fun and interesting. This is where I need everybody involved, right? I need 3 people that can act very well. 3 I need 2 girls. No, 1 girl and 2 boys. You, come on up. I need 1 more boy. I need 1 more boy. If you don't want to do it, I'll do it. I've been in a movie before, so. It didn't come out yet. It's coming out on Netflix. You'll be on Netflix next year. Huh? You do it? Come on. I need 1 girl. I need a girl. I need a girl. Quick, let's go. You ain't got much time. I need a girl. Any girl? Any girls? Come on up. Let's go. Yeah. So, hey, listen up. Whoever is leading this, the fact that they participated in this activity, I'm buying them lunch next week. So get in touch with me. I'm going to buy them pizza. All right? Let's go. All right, check this out. This is a skit that I came up with, right? Me and my partner right here, Naomi. So it's about creating a negative, right? Scene, and then how do we turn it into a positive? Remember what I said earlier, right? Me and him get into a fight. How do we create a positive scene out of it, right? What did I say? We're going to talk it out instead of me fighting you and hurting you, right? So this is it. So here's Amy, right? Amy breaks up with Joe. This is Joe, right? This is real life scenario. This is real life scenario. I'm sure high school. Listen, I had girlfriends too, right? And I lost some girls too, but we ain't gonna talk about that, right? So Amy breaks up with Joe. Joe says he's really upset. He's pissed off that she broke up with him and can't get over it. Even though Amy has asked him to give her some space, he sends her direct messages on social media harassing her, right? Amy is shocked when Joe sends some inappropriate pictures of her on social media to his friends, right? I know that this happens at school, right? Here we go. So, check it out. So, the relationship she's being threatened and all that, exposed on social media. So now, Amy tells Michael what's going on. So now Michael's under the pressure to react and say, yo, heck no.
Let them know that's her new boyfriend.
Oh, yeah, this is the new boyfriend, Michael. Right? She done dumped Joe. So now they're going to act up the scenario. Amy gotta call up Joe and say, Joe, listen, man, this ain't going to work. I'm tired of getting space. You know, I found somebody else that makes me happy. I'm kidding you. Your reaction is, man, what? How you going to leave me? I'm the flyest guy in Westhill. Right? Then you're going to say, you know what? You're going to pay the price for it. I'm going to make sure that you know, you're going to act it out. I'm going to give you so much. Now, Michael, you hear that she calls you a crying. Oh my God, my ex-boyfriend Joe, I told you about, he's threatening me, da-da-da. What? What did Joe do? I'm going to approach him. Now you got to figure it out. Now we're going to create a positive scene. Because you can't kill Joe. We're promoting, we're preventing violence. All right? So let's go. Act it out.
So we're acting out a negative or a positive?
No, the negative is so you're not even in the scene right now. Until she calls you. You're breaking up with Joe. All right. You're breaking up with Joe. Yeah, there you go. You know what? You don't have to follow that. You can just say, if you break up with somebody you don't want to be with, you act out how you do. That's all. It's easy. We break up with people all the time.
I need space. It's not gonna work out. Break up.
But I need to.
I won't be with you no more.
But I can't live without you.
I'm sorry, it's not working out. It's not.
No, I can't.
I said no. Back up.
So that's
If you don't, I'm gonna expose you to social media.
I have a new boyfriend who's better, and I'm gonna tell him. Look at my new man on you.
so. All right. So now, here we go. Here we go. So now she calls Michael. I call Michael. Michael pick up the phone. You gotta tell him everything that happened. You got to act it out. Listen, you might be in the movie now. You gotta be, I can't believe this. Come on, you gotta get real. You gotta get into it. Come on.
Michael, I ran into my ex and he over here trying to expose me for some more stuff. I need you to come over here right now and get on here.
Well, don't even worry about it. He messing with you, he'll get what's coming.
So now y'all beat up. Now you explain to him. He's like, let's go look for Joe.
You wanna go look for
All right, so now here's the scenario. So now y'all bump into each other, right? So I need you to spin it. How would you spin it? How would you guys think they should spin it in a positive way so it doesn't escalate? So here it is. He's coming to approach you with Amy. So now you on the defense end, like, hold on, who the hell he think he is, right? So how would you guys spin it in a positive way so it doesn't escalate?
They will need like a fourth party because they're human. They're gonna get mad at each other one way or
I
another.
love it. You're so smart, girl. Did you get a t-shirt yet?
Yes.
All right. So she said a fourth party. So I'm gonna be the fourth party, right? So we're gonna react this like this is a school. So I'm the cool security guard. I'm just chilling, right? So I'm just chilling. They're approaching. I'm in the hallway, like like all the security guards. They go on their phone, not paying attention sometimes. You know what I mean? All right, go ahead. They approach you, and I'm around. So this what should happen, right? I'm around. They approach you. Your initial. Listen. I know it's not easy. Trust me. I've been in a lot of situations that I would have knocked somebody's head off, but I had to think twice about it, right? So they approach you. Your initial thing should be like, yo, listen, man, Michael. You know what? I overreacted. I'm sorry, Amy, for doing what I did. I was just hurt by you breaking up with me. I have feelings for you. But Michael, you're the bigger man. You're a better person for her. You know what I mean? I don't want to have no fight. I don't want us to escalate. I wish you guys the best. But let's just say if it does get aggressive, like he still doesn't listen. Listen, my man. I'm gonna tell the authorities because I'm not trying to fight. I'm not trying to ruin my life. You can have her. There's more girls out there in this world, right? That's what the conversation should be like. And if Amy, because sometimes you'll get a girl, right? Here's girls that usually do this. Man, hell no, man, get her, right? Instead of her be like, nah, man, I don't want my boyfriend to get beat up, because the majority of the time it be the guy that come and get beat up. But that's what it should be. We got to encourage young ladies to be able to say, don't add fuel to the fire. Don't get him started because now they get into a fight, right? You lose him. You're gonna lose, even though you don't like him no more, but you have feelings for him. You lose the both of them. Now you hurt behind that. You caused this whole situation. Even though he did do something disrespectful, but you could have handled it in a different way, right? You could have told your parents. You could have told the authorities, the cops. You're not an op. Remember, there's no snitching in this. You're doing the right what? The right thing. Exactly. You're gonna tell the cops and let them handle Joe, and he'll leave you alone. But you making him go beat him up. They fight, or he comes with a gun, it's over. Now, you might go to jail. Because nowadays, I just dealt with a situation about a week ago. I'm a community activist, so I deal a lot with a lot of kids who get in a lot of trouble. I have a partnership with the police department, so when something goes on in the community, they call me up. So there's a young kid over at Dolan, right? Listen to this scenario. So a girl he likes, and she knows it, but she doesn't like him, but she plays with him. So she tells him, he's the dummy. Listen, I'm calling him a dummy. That's what I told him. She's telling me, she's like, I need you to do me a favor. He's like, what? Create this group chat, right? On Snapchat. And I want you to add X, Y, and Z. This is what's going on. And this dummy does it, and he had nothing to do with it, but he's interacting with the people, telling the girls, SMD, I'm going to kill you. Yeah, he don't even know who these girls are. He's just trying to impress her. So now, I get the phone call from the mom, call me crying, police department called me. So now I call him like, yo, you want to get it. Because I was supposed to take him out to a basketball game. We get to the police station. Now he becomes a sucker, right? Now he was this tough guy on social media. He's in there crying. I said, don't cry. You just made the stupidest decision because trying to prove something to a girl. So thank God that I have this relationship with the police department. They're ready to do X, Y, and Z, right? So he apologizes. He tells the whole story, and I was able to be the person that de-escalate the whole situation where it doesn't escalate because it was during break. And if they went back to school, and God forbid if nothing happened, right? If this didn't happen, it would probably escalate in the school. But what I'm saying to you is, it's always behind something so stupid, right? Making the wrong decision, him trying to impress a girl who really don't like him. There's times when this girl is in school, I'm sure some of you boys can test to this, y'all like some girls and they probably really like y'all, but women are very smart, by the way. Women are very smart. They would challenge a guy to do the stupidest things that we are doing. You know why? Because we're suckers, right? But at the end of the day, we have to be smart, women and men. not indulge in things that are negative or things that could really impact our lives. So we never want this to happen. This whole scenario of this is teaching you guys conflict resolution. How can we resolve it in a positive way? Does that make sense? Right? So we don't want Joe and Michael, none of them go to jail or none of them to die. Because let's say they get into a fight, you jump in, Joe has a knife, he stabs both of y'all die, he goes to jail, boom. But we don't want that to happen. So the purpose is, let's give them a round of applause. Come up. You got to get a shirt? You got a shirt? Oh, you got a shirt. So I'm going to buy you a pizza next week. Al, please remind me. Buy a pizza. So listen, guys, I just want to thank y'all from the bottom of my heart for listening. You know what I mean? I think it's important. When somebody comes to speak, you know, participation and listening is very key. And just coming back to my old school, just be able to give back and talk about, you know, my story and my testimony. This is my healing process, by the way. Every time I go speak, I get better and better. It makes me feel better because, you know, losing a loved one, I would never want you guys to be in this position. It's not a good feeling. Like I said earlier, there is no guidebook to how to grieve. You know, any open discussion, any questions? Because we got time. I didn't think I'll go that fast. Because usually I speak long as hell and I forget. She got to warn me like, yo, you need to be quiet. It's time to go. But this is our Instagram. This is our website. I'm letting everybody know now. Always utilize access to somebody that can help you. I'm a person that have access to a lot in life right now. So if you need a job, internship, if you need advice, any resources on mental health, anything, volunteering, I will write you recommendations to college. Feel free to reach out to me. This is the social media outlet, so there's no excuses, right? I want to give you outlets and resources outside of Westhill, so you have access to me, right? You don't have that too much, so I'm giving you access to me, so any information that you need, please reach out to me. My boy Al knows me very well. We grew up together. His last name is Joseph. We're not cousins, but I always tell people he's my cousin. Forget that he's my brother. You know what I'm saying? We grew up in the same neighborhood. I knew Al for over 20 years. But any questions you guys have, feel free to ask me. I'll answer them. I'm an open book. Anybody have any questions? Yes, sir.
How did your founding of the foundation come to be? Because I mean, we kind of brushed past it a little bit. Like, when had that happen, and where was like the moment you're like,
So,
I want to create this?
when I started Hoops for All in 2012, I was tired of getting fired, laid off. All right. Sometimes in life, you don't want to leave your destiny in somebody's hands. What somebody determines when they're going to pay you, not pay you, or fire you. So I was getting tired of that crap. So I sat in the living room one day with this girl I was dating at the time, and I'm like, yo, what should I do? She's like, why don't you start a basketball company? I'm like, all former players started a training company. So I was like, well, what can I be doing? I always listen to Jay-Z. Jay-Z always said, well, what separates you from everyone else? So I said, if I start a basketball program and gear it towards autistic children and creating programs for them, because kids who are challenged, people really don't focus on it because you don't have people have patience. You know what I mean? So I was like, let me start that. So it started doing very well. So moving forward, in 2017, my brother was murdered. That's when I changed the mission. It was like, I wanted to be more broad, right? I wanted to bring awareness, not to just autism, to everything else that's impacted our lives, my life at the time, right? I lost my brother. I wanted to be more of a voice for gun violence in my community. I wanted to raise awareness around mental health. And when I did that, man, it was crazy. 2 weeks ago, we were the nonprofit of the night at the Brooklyn Nets Arena. I had 16,000 people chanting my name, and it was like a out-of-body experience. Like, because I used to dream about playing on the basketball court, but I was actually highlighting my faces on the screen. I wish I had the video to show you, because I was stuck. I didn't know how to react, because I was like, you know, it was like a dream, but it was an amazing feeling to be recognized in an organization. And just, you know, it always feels good when people recognize your work in the community, especially outside the community. So being on that big platform for the Brooklyn Nets, it was great to do that. So yeah, that's what sparked everything else. So when my brother passed away, it kind of changed a lot in my life. You know, it really pushed me to turn my pain into purpose. Anybody else? Any other questions? I know y'all got no other questions. Any other questions? There you go, fire away.
I was wondering about your parents. If they played into it at all, if you're comfortable sharing.
Say it again, I'm sorry.
Your parent or parents?
Am I a parent?
No, well.
Oh, yeah, I am. I have two beautiful daughters who graduated college. My oldest graduated Southern Connecticut University with honors, and my youngest daughter Kayla, they both went to Stanford High. Kayla graduated Clark Atlanta with honors too. So I have two beautiful young ladies who are doing well in the community. So you talking about my parents? My dad was not really involved in my life as well, but my mom, my mom is really impacted really hard by it. My mom suffers really bad with mental health. Once in a blue moon, she smiles and get out a little bit, but anybody that's a parent, if you guys are parents, nobody wants to bury their children. It's not a good feeling. So just seeing my mom every single day, she goes back and forth to the cemetery to clean my brother's grave site. Like, it's crazy. You see my brother's grave site, he has the best grave site more than anybody that's there, I swear. Like, no lie. Like, this dude has flowers that looks beautiful. He has a basketball, he has hookah. Like, my mom hooked that joint up. It's like, it's a beautiful shrine. Like, everybody that comes here, like, who grave site is that? Like, that's no way you want to go. I don't care how beautiful that is. But I don't really go because it's hard for me to go there. I just don't feel comfortable going there. I go once in a blue moon, whatever my spirit tells me I go. Yeah, but my mom's suffering bad. Anybody else? Yes.
When it happened, I mean, how did you get rid of the feeling? Like, when something like that happened, you blame people or you blame yourself or something like that. How did you get over it?
I did blame myself because I didn't share this with y'all. That night my brother was killed, I was supposed to be there. I was supposed to go hang out that night at that same place, and I didn't go. Again, my intuition just telling me to stay home. I was tired, but I would beat myself up because I said if I was there, I probably could have changed the scenario. But I know that's just my mind. So my brother was killed not because he did something wrong. He was walking out of a club with a friend of his. That's why I said watch who your friends are. His friend, who was the target, was walking out with my brother, and the gunman drove down and did a drive-by, and my brother got hit. So his supposedly friend left him to die. Didn't call 911. My brother could have survived. My brother ended up dying, bled out, and died. So this is why I tell y'all, be careful of who you hang around, because you don't know what they're doing, right? You can die behind what they're doing in the streets or who they done dirty, and you end up getting hit. You end up getting killed like my brother did. Be careful of your surroundings, right? It's very important. You show me your friends, I'll show you your future. That's a fact. Any other questions? Any other questions? Yes. I'll get to you next. Yes, it's a great question. So I put in a lot of work, right? Doing rallies, yelling and screaming at the police department. I went to the FBI. I did a lot of work to get justice for my brother. So the gunman was arrested last year, 2022, April 4th. 6 days before my mom's birthday. So my mom's birthday is April 10th. And my brother died 10 days after my brother's, which is crazy. So he was arrested last year. We celebrated. It was like, yes. But it's not over yet because he's still going to court. We're still trying to get him convicted. But yes, he was arrested last year. Yesterday marked the 6 years my brother's been murdered. So he was arrested on the 5th year of my brother's death. So yep, he's been arrested. He's in lockup.
You mentioned earlier that they was a part of your healing process. When did that start?
It kind of kicked in like 2019 when I lost my nephew. So listen to this crazy story. So my nephew died a couple of days before my birthday. August 26th is his birthday, and my birthday is September 2nd. It's crazy, right? So you see how wild, but yeah. So when I gave up alcohol, I started to see things more clear. When I was under the influence of alcohol, I couldn't see clear. My vision was blurred. My decision making was blurred, right? So right now I'm in the healthiest I've ever been. I don't eat meat. I do a lot. I exercise a lot, and I will tell you, I still be kicking people butt on the basketball court. I got playing in the league right now. No, seriously, I'm not even joking. Like, I got young guys in their 20s asking me, how the heck do you still run that fast and still can play? Because I felt like I found the fountain of youth. I'm aging backwards. That's because I'm taking care of my body. And that's another thing I teach as well, nutrition. You guys got to be careful what you put into your bodies. Because you're going to get older one day, and your body start declining. So if you're doing a lot of drugs now, alcohol, and whatever it is you're doing, you better cut it out now. Because it will affect you down the long run. It will affect your kidneys, your brain, and everything else. Ever since I gave up alcohol, I'm able to think better now, and I can see clear, and my decision making is much better. And I tell you, it's the best decision I ever made in my life. I know you had a question.
Does it have to be a question? Can it be a comment?
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. I just want to say, bro, God bless you for using your life experiences to ensure that our lives are in better hands, giving us better thoughts and such.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
It means a lot. I hope my story can inspire you guys to be great future leaders of our country. And that's the purpose of me being here. And that's the purpose. I hope it's a domino effect. Sometimes I always say I hope I can get everybody, but if I get one person out of this room to understand and really be a better person, I did my job. How about this? The fact that you've been through it and worse, and I'm sure we all have different stories, right? Everybody got different stories. What I want to encourage you to do is reach out to me. I would love to be your mentor and help you. That's all I'm about. But last year I was sitting in the same room, and there was a young gentleman in this room who did say the same exact thing, and I was able to help him. And this kid is on to a different path. He was a loose cannon, but now he's turned out to be a great individual. So I love helping people. Like I said before, utilize me. I'm a great access. Like, utilize me as best you can in a positive way. Don't try to use me for my resources. But I'm just joking. But I'll give you my information. Anything you need, I can help you. And when I go on tour, I definitely will provide you. So, I'll take you with me. Oh. So anyone in this room ever dealt with any losing somebody from gun violence? Anybody in this room ever dealt with that? Right here. You did or you did? I'm going to get back. How did you handle it? And who did you lose? Your grandpa? This happened recently? Having that family support is very important. Like when my daughter, Kayla, my youngest, when my brother passed away, she was a senior at Stanford High. She was just about to graduate. His daughter, Cheyenne, who was a senior at Trinity, she was just graduating. So it was a lot going on. So like having that family support can help as well. But I'm sorry for your loss. Did this happen in the United States? In Mexico? Sorry about your loss again. My condolences. Your childhood friend, how old was he? 16? This happened here in Stanford? Where? Oh, Georgia? Or the country Georgia? And were you able to attend the funeral? Okay, how did you feel? Yeah. Wow. 16 years old. It's a shame, man. 16 years old, losing his life. I'm sorry for your loss. It's when you lose somebody, the feeling never goes away. So don't ever let nobody tell you that it's going to get better, it's going to go away. It's bull crap. It does get better, right, in time, but it never goes away because that person you never lose that person in your mind, right? It's never going to go away. Like, my brother's been dead 6 years, and it felt like it happened yesterday, right? I have my moments. Like I told you, yesterday I had a moment. It never goes away. You just got to find ways to better yourself. And doing what I do here and outside the community helps me through my healing process. If I didn't have all those things, I probably wouldn't be sitting here talking to you. I told you I almost committed suicide a couple times. And it didn't happen. That's why I knew my faith. That's why I knew God was with me. Because it didn't let it happen. Like, you ever hear those stories like somebody jumped off the bridge and they end up living? It's like, and that person's like, damn, that shit didn't work. Excuse my language. But that means that, back to my faith, you have a bigger purpose. If that didn't work, so I figured out, you know what? God didn't want me yet. So I got to make a better way. And also share my story. Because people are afraid to tell their stories. So that's why I was telling the gentleman right here. Sometimes you got to tell the truth. Speak about it, right? When you speak about it, it makes you feel better. And if you guys will have access to a therapist or whatever, one of my good friends is going to be at the basketball game. His name is John Wallace. He used to play for the Knicks. One of my good friends. He's going to be there tomorrow. He just launched a mental health app that I'm going to actually have access to. Where I'm going to provide students throughout the whole city of Stanford. It's going to be a 24-hour access mental health app where you have access to a mental health therapist for free. But you have to be a part of my organization, right? So this is going to be the coolest thing ever. you're going to have access to a free therapist for free. 24-hour access. So if you guys come to the game tomorrow, I'll introduce you to John Wallace. He's going to talk about the mental health apps. So some people, I think he's going to have a table. And a couple of few other New York Knicks guys are going to be there as well. Not the current, they're in playoff session. Right? So I don't want y'all to get all excited. But yeah, so I got a couple of former NFL players to be there. I got a couple of, some drill rappers. I know drill rap, right? So there's some two famous guys. I don't know because I'm not into all that. I know like all the old guys like Fabulous, Jadakiss. Those are my guys. But y'all know who they are, but I can't announce it. It's a surprise. If I announce it, then it's going to be too crazy of the game. So I need to keep the game calm. Right? Because if I say to y'all going to go on social media, such is going to be there. Now I got a lot of people outside, which I want a lot of people, but I want y'all to be there for the cause, not for the person. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? That's why I don't announce the celebrities, the big celebrities. Because I want people to come for the cause, not for the people there. They're just there to help me raise money. Yes.
I have a favor to ask you.
Go ahead, shoot it.
Well, I'm from Haiti.
I'm from Haiti too. I'm Haitian. What? The Haitian too.
Hi, nice.
Yeah, I'm there. Ça qu'a fait?
Bien rappelé.
Yeah, let's go.
Well, back in Haiti, my dad almost got killed
Uh-huh.
because of gun violence.
Yes.
He was coming out of work, and then a friend of him, kind of like my uncle, like second dad, kind of, so I always see him when I go to work with my dad, go to the house and all that. He died, but my dad didn't. I think somewhere in the shooting thing, he was the one who died, but my dad didn't. Anywho, what you're doing is really, really, really good, really helpful. And I kind of don't want it to be only in the U.S., so I'm staying for it.
So what you said, I love what you said. So my goal is to travel the world to do this work. Haiti is number one on my list, but the problem is that I'm trying to figure out a safe way to get there because there's so much violence and people are being kidnapped, and so I'm afraid of my safety. Even though I believe in God, I feel like God will protect me, but I got to be smart as well too, right? So Haiti's on my number one list. I have to go to my motherland. I want to go back and do basketball programs and do this in Haiti. So to answer your question, yes, I will be going to other countries and other places. Ghana is on one of my lists as well. I have access to some resources in Ghana, which is in Africa, and other parts of the country, the Dominican Republic. So I will be doing this again. Like my platform is taking off little by little, and you'll see my face more and more often on TV and other places as well. Because God is shedding light on my mission, not me, my mission. I'm just doing what He gifted me to do, right? Using my voice in a positive way. So absolutely, yes. Tomorrow, the autism game starts at 3:30. So I want y'all to come cheer the kids on, and the celebrity game starts at 4:30. So get there early. We're giving out some cool gifts. I'm raffling off some cool prizes. We got some performances. That's why my phone rang. One of the guys who performed at halftime called me. I got to call you back. So it's gonna be fun. I want y'all to come have fun. You know, just to really get an experience of what we have to offer. Yes. How do I start it? What do you mean? If I have more time, so this is what I'll do to you. So I run a mentoring program, right? Every Saturday mornings at the Ferguson Library on the 3rd floor. We talk about entrepreneurship skills, and I bring people in that can teach you and give you advice on how to start a business. So if you're interested, again, follow Hoops for All Stanford on Instagram, DM us, and yo, I'm gonna pull up, and we expect you. I'll make sure I have somebody there to provide you that information. Because I want to see every one of y'all. You know what my goal is too? I don't want to see none of y'all work for them. I want y'all to work for yourself. Make your own money. Because don't be making nobody millions and then, they tell you fired after that. Nah, make your own money. Become entrepreneurs. But to be an entrepreneur, you got to put in a lot of work. Because people see the finished product of what I do, and they think it's easy. It's a lot of work. Doing what I do here is a lot of work. I get a lot of no's, a lot of doors shut, but the yeses are more bigger. You know what I'm saying? Like, so a lot of things that are happening, I look back at the no's like, oh, whatever. It's all good. You didn't get a t-shirt, right? Come up and get a shirt, because I like the fact that you shared that story. Well, anybody else got any questions before we get out of here? Before we get out, we're going to take a group photo, and we're going to do a video. We're going to say, no more silence, anti-gun violence. We're going to say Max Day. Can we do that together? Ready? Ready? No more silence.
Anti-gun violence.
No more silence.
Anti-gun violence.
No more silence.
Anti-gun violence.
One more time.
No more silence. Anti-gun violence.
Max On the count of three, we're going to say $1 Million Smile. Ready? 1, 2, 3. $1 Million Smile. Thank you guys so much. God bless y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow.